Hello, dear listener. Have you ever thought that just one sentence, a simple phrase, could save a person's life? The story I'm about to share today has no magic, no superheroes, only a poor boy and a word of encouragement at the right moment, like a small spark lighting up a dark winter night. Minh, the boy from Xom Doi village. In a northern mountain village called Xom Doi, little houses huddle in the mist. Among them was Minh, a 12-year-old boy, skinny, sunburnt, but with a pair of eyes full of yearning to go to school. He was the youngest in a family of 5 children. From a young age, Minh walked barefoot along rocky trails to reach his school more than 4 kilometers away. But that year, drought ruined the crops. Minh's father had to move south for construction work. His mother, thin and weary, collected scrap every morning to make ends meet. One afternoon, as they sorted plastic bottles together, Minh whispered, "Mom, maybe I should stop school for a year to help you with work?" His mother didn't answer, only a quiet sigh, but her eyes, filled with sorrow and helpless love, said everything. A woman in a blue shirt and the sentence that changed everything. On a Sunday morning, Minh followed his mom to the market to sell their scrap. On the way back, he noticed a motorbike stop in front of the primary school. A young woman in a blue volunteer shirt was unloading a box of old books. Seeing Minh, she smiled. "Can you help me carry these inside?" Minh nodded. Inside the schoolyard, while she organized the books, she asked gently, "What grade are you in?" Minh lowered his head and replied quietly, "I might have to quit school, sister." The woman paused. She looked at the dusty boy in tattered clothes, eyes downcast but deep. She gently placed a hand on Minh's shoulder and said, "You can do it. Don't give up, okay? If you need books, I'll take care of them." Just one sentence, but it was like a drop of water soaking into a dried seed. From that day on, Minh decided not to drop out of school. A journey of grit, sweat, and hope. Minh began a new routine, waking up at 4 a.m. every day, walking down to the town, washing bowls at a local noodle shop in exchange for breakfast and a few coins. After school, he would go to the district library, borrowing secondhand books donated by the same blue-shirted volunteers. He wrote notes on the backs of snack boxes and calendar covers, anything he could find since he couldn't afford notebooks. One day, his math teacher, Mr. Ton, noticed, "Why are you writing on cardboard?" Minh looked down. "I ran out of notebooks." The next day, Mr. Ton brought him 5 brand new notebooks and a challenging math workbook. While handing them over, the teacher simply said, "I believe in you." Another voice of belief, another little flame that warmed Minh's soul. Criticism, failure, but never giving up. At the end of grade 7, Minh scored low on his math test, losing his place in the top 10. Some classmates whispered, "Why try so hard? He's poor anyway." Those words stabbed like needles into Minh's fragile pride. He stayed quiet for a week. One afternoon, while working at the noodle shop, the kind old shop owner said, "Every time I see you washing dishes, your eyes shine bright, like they're reaching for the future. Don't let anyone put that light out." Just a casual sentence, but once again, it became the fuel Minh needed. That night, he reviewed all the old math problems. He corrected every mistake, memorized every formula. 3 months later, Minh won 3rd prize in the district's math competition, the scholarship that changed his fate. In grade 9, Minh learned about the Step Forward Scholarship for underprivileged students with high scores and dreams for their communities. That night, he wrote an essay in fading purple ink. "I want to build a recycling center in my village so my mom and others won't have to pick trash under the blazing sun." He submitted the essay with just 2,000 dong, about $10 in his pocket. But he believed, you don't need money to dream, just sincerity. Results came in, 28.25 out of 30 on his entrance exam. His essay moved the entire scholarship committee. Minh was awarded a full 3-year scholarship, enough for tuition, books, and even a small allowance for his mother. From student to village mentor, Minh kept studying hard. But more than that, he started teaching local kids for free. Every evening, under the old banyan tree, Minh drew shapes in the dirt, taught fractions and English basics. "Each time a kid understands, I feel like I've grown a little bit," he said. The village kids called him the teacher in worn clothes. To them, he was the first to ever say, Being poor is not a crime. Poverty is just a curve in the road. If you keep walking, you'll get there. Others who inspired, real-life stories. Min's story isn't the only one. There are many other Mins out there. 1. Luis, the janitor from Boston. He overheard MIT students discussing physics. He added an idea. One student smiled and said, "You're right, you should read more about this." Years later, Luis enrolled at MIT at age 30. 2. Melinda from the Payatas dump site in the Philippines. A volunteer once handed her a sign, "You deserve a classroom, not a landfill." 10 years later, she became a teacher, starting a mobile classroom for homeless kids. 3. Hoa, a Vietnamese student with a disability. After an accident, Hoa lost a leg. He wanted to quit PE class. But his coach said, "You're not broken, you're just different. See you on the track." 2 years later, Hoa won a gold medal at the Southeast Asian Youth Paralympics. The day Minh left his village with a promise to return. Thanks to his essay and test scores, Minh earned a full scholarship to the National University of Singapore, majoring in environmental engineering. The night before leaving, Minh wrote in his journal, "I'm going to learn how to bring technology home. I don't want my mom to pick trash forever." 4 years later, Minh returned. He founded Green Hill Recycling, a plant that turned plastic waste into eco-bricks. He hired 60 local workers, including his own mother. For the first time in her life, she brought home a retirement income from her son's factory. One day, Minh met a girl, just like his past self. While biking through his village, Minh saw a girl crying in front of a broken house. Her name was Huang, orphaned, just received a school suspension letter due to unpaid fees. Minh didn't ask much. He gently sat beside her, just like the woman in the blue shirt once did for him, and he whispered, "You can do it. Don't give up, okay?" Final message for you listening right now. Dear friend, you may not have much money today. You may not hold a prestigious job. You may not be able to change the world overnight. But you can say a sentence, just one, to the right person at the right time, and it can change a life. You can do it. Don't give up. Remember this. A word of encouragement at the right time is more powerful than 100 late gifts. You don't need to be a superhero. You just need to be a kind person. You've been listening to Touched by Kindness, a real-life inspirational radio story. Join us again next week with another journey, another spark of hope, but still starting from the simplest things.